Good morning to all. I'm Dr. Navina Priyadarshini, Professor of PC Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. In today's class, we shall discuss about the GPS. GPS, which stands for Global Positioning System. So the main purpose of the GPS system is to find the location of the user. So to determine the position locations, for example, we need to a helicopter pilot the coordinates of position location so the pilot can pick up the particular person, and also to navigate from one location to another, and from uh, for which we have to identify the location, and for which the GPS system supports, and to create a digitized maps, for example, for assigned to a plot the fire perimeter and hotspots, and to determine the distance between 2 points, and how far we are from and to reach the other location. So these are the various services provided by the GPS system. So the simplified block diagram of the GPS system, which consists of a preamplifier and down converter, mixer, and data bit demodulation and control, and next is the data bit alignment and data decoding and satellite positions, pseudo range corrections, pseudo range receivers positions, velocity, and all these things. These are the basic block diagram, simplified block diagram of the GPS system. So it has the space, it is used the space segment. So space segment which represents the satellites orbiting the Earth. The space segment which consists of 29 satellites revolving around the Earth every 12 hours at 12,000 miles in altitude. So here for this GPS operations, it uses GPS satellites are placed at altitude of uh, 12,000 kilometers, and 29 satellites are in operation. So this altitude which allows the signals to cover the large area. So it provides almost the global coverage. So the satellites are arranged in their orbits so that GPS receiver on the Earth can receive the signal from at least 4 satellites every time. So each satellite contains several atomic clocks. So whatever the number of satellites will be there, almost the satellites will receive at least the signals from 4 satellites without any interruption. So there it supports the continuous transmission without any interruption. So next is the control segment. The control segment which monitors and control the entire operation of the GPS system. So it tracks the main purpose of this satellite is it will track the satellites and then provides them the correct orbit and time information. So the control segment consists of 5 unmanned motor stations and one master control station. So the 5 unmanned stations motor GPS satellite signals and then send the information to the master control station where anomalies are corrected and sent back to the GPS satellites through the ground station antennas. So next is the user segment. So the user segment is used by the public in the earth stations. So the user segment, that is the GPS receiver owned by the civilians and military. So the main application, first of all, it is used for military applications. Now it is commercialized and each and every individuals in the globe can cover these signals. So the user segment, which consists of the users and the GPS receivers. So then there are number of users are there. So billions of users are using this service without any restrictions. So how the GPS determines a position? So a GPS receiver uses the following information to determine the positions. So the information should be needed for its effective location tracking. So first one is the precious location of satellites. So when a GPS receiver is first turned on, it downloads orbit information from all the satellites called as almanac. This process, the first time, can take as long as 12 minutes, but once this information is downloaded, it is stored in the receiver's memory for future use. So next is the distance from each satellite. So the distance GPS receiver calculates the distance from each satellite to the receiver by using the distance formula. That is the usual formula. Distance is equal to velocity into time. So the receiver already knows the velocity, which is the speed of the radio waves. So it is of around 186,000 miles per second. So which is nothing but the speed of light. So next is triangulation to determine the position. So the receiver determines the position by using triangulation. So when it receives a signal from at least 3 satellites, the receiver should be able to calculate its approximate position. So the receiver needs at least 4 or more satellites to calculate the three-dimensional position of the satellites. Next, applications of this GPS. So it is used for geofencing. Geofencing means vehicle tracking system. Persons can track the system and pet tracking, and GPS aircraft tracking map making both civilization and military using the GPS extensively for identify the locations. Surveying. So surveying means the surveyors use absolute location to make maps and determine property boundaries. In tectonics, so GPS enables direct fault motion measurement in earthquakes. Navigation, so it also allows the soldiers to find the objects even in the dark or in unfamiliar regions. Target tracking, and various military weapon systems uses GPS to track potential ground and air target before flagging them as missile and projectile guidance. Next is search and rescue. So, and also it is used for remote sensing and GIS applications. So these are the various services provided by the GPS system. Thank you.